Hello and welcome to my gaming corner. I am not going to be talking about gaming today or writing. I'm going to be talking about one of my other diversions, which is disc golf. What you see here is a Fade Gear crunch bag that I got about 3 years ago when I picked up the hobby. It has served me well. It's got a capacity used the way they designed it of probably about 12 discs with a divider in it. If you take the divider out and turn the disc 90 degrees, you can probably get 14 or 15 into it. But that has served my purpose. It is starting to wear out here and there, and I need a little more space for things to take with me. So what I have done is I have made the purchase of a Latitude 64 Pro bag. And I thought I would give a brief overview of features and things like that. I know that everybody, or a lot of disc golfers now, are going with the backpack style bags, but I wanted to do a review of this because when I was trying to find reviews of it in the process of finding a new bag, I couldn't find much of anything out there. There were a few things. Most of it was on forums, places like disc golf course review, things like that. So I thought I would do a video review of this and show some of the features and maybe some of the things I'm going to do to the bag. Just a real brief size comparison here. You see it's about the same width as the Fade Gear, but the compartment for the discs is a little bit bigger. The 64 Pro bag holds probably 18 to 20 discs with a divider in it, and that can be, you know, disc golfers are all about finding ways to cheat out more space, so a little bit more can be cheated out. Those two white pouches on the side can hold more discs, and you can get an enormous number in there. The big difference is there is a difference in width and a difference in height in the Pro bag, and the space for the discs itself is somewhat bigger. What I have done here to the 64 Pro bag is I have stuffed it full of balloons just so it wouldn't look all crumbly next to the Fade Gear bag, and I'm keeping them in there because I'm going to be spray painting the bottom with the Plasti Dip, so and that will help keep it full up while I'm doing that. But what I'm going to do here is remove the balloons and go over some of the features of the bag, and we will go from there. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the bag itself, some of the features it has, and I'm just going to walk around it here and take you through it. On the front, this is the main compartment where the discs go. We'll get to that eventually. This is a compartment. I successfully was able to stuff a hoodie into it. This is also an insulated container, so that looks like it could hold about I don't know, 3 bottles or cans of something, depending on the size that you put in there. Get back to that here in a second as we go around the corner here. There's a little pocket here. I think once upon a time that would have been perfect for a cell phone. Now I think it is probably perfect for some things that I don't do, but I will probably just put a couple of Laura bars in there for when you get hungry on the course. It's got 2 pockets on each side that, as I said, can be used to hold more discs. I suppose you get, I don't know, 3 to 5 in there. And there's something I wanted to show you. Let me get a flashlight here so you can maybe see it a little bit better. You see what they've got in here are these 3 pieces of webbing that go down the side, the outside of the bag. The pocket over here has that same webbing on it, and if you turn this thing over, you can see that the webbing is found here and here, and obviously it goes underneath the bottom, so the sides and the bottom of the disc compartment are reinforced with that webbing. So that was impressive. One of the things I was looking for in a new bag was a little bit better durability, and this seemed to be at the price point where that kind of thing started happening. I'm still kind of a cheapskate and didn't want to go any higher than the $89 cost of this, but that seems to be pretty solid here. There's a small pocket here. Some people stick an additional drink in there. I'll probably put all my little, first aid kit and hand sanitizer in there. And then there's one drink pocket, which a feature I really liked on the Fade gear was this little slide thing that you could use to tighten around the bottle, and I'm really glad that this had that feature as well. Some people that have bought this bag don't like the fact that there's only one bag on the outside, but hey, with this compartment to carry spares, I suppose, I only drink one drink at a time, so that didn't really bother me. Moving around, we've got a couple of loops here for an umbrella, or I suppose if you're carrying a disc gaiter or something. I don't know if a stool could fit on that or not. There's also a Velcro strip right across here, and that is for this lid. This lid is fairly thick stuff. That's maybe 1/4 of an inch. You got some kind of padding in there that gives, and this lid just flips over and Velcros down there, and then when you put your quads on, which is what I'm going to do with this one, then this rides against your back and gives you some extra padding. So that's kind of cool. Moving to the other side, we've got another pocket for gear or discs, and this pocket has a little hidden valuables pocket in it. So keys and cell phone will probably go in there. You've got your pocket for putters, that'll hold 2, and then a mini pocket here. Continuing to come around, there's space there for 3 pencils, or I checked and you can get a regular size Sharpie in there too, so that's good to have. I usually just carry all the Sharpies in a pocket, so not sure if that'll get used or not, but maybe just because it's there I'll give it a try. And now what you're probably most interested in is this pocket for the discs. Like I said, this holds 18 to 20, and it comes with 2 fairly thick and heavily padded dividers that you can use to separate the middies from the drivers and things like that. Maybe you have, like I do, I have some discs that I call special forces that do special things, and I try to keep them by themselves. As disc golfers, we're always trying to find ways to hack our bags and do things like take these out and not use them so we can get more discs in the bag. And there's lots of room there. That's probably a putter and 1/4 or a driver and a half if you take that out. So that it just depends on what you want to do with that. The other thing this comes with that I'm not going to use because the Fade gear has some Innova Backsaber quads on it that I plan to transfer here, is it comes with a fairly substantial shoulder strap, and the top is made out of the same kind of heavy nylon that you've got, and the inside is this really interesting non-slip plastic surface. I suppose if you wear a slick disco shirt or something, that is going to slip off, but I think the intent was to make that as comfy as possible. The padding, again, is fairly thick on that, and it's a wide. One thing I never really cared for with the Fade gear strap was that it was just thin and kind of bit into your shoulder. This looks like it'd be a lot more forgiving. And what's interesting here is this has 4 connectors on it. And if you look at the surface of the bag here, you'll see that there are 6 connectors for quads or the shoulder strap. There's 3 here, and there's 3 on the other side here. So that's some pretty good stuff there. That's kind of the tour of this bag. I'm very impressed with the quality, and can't wait to get it loaded up and try it out, take it through its paces. I am going to be doing a couple of things to it here. As I mentioned, I'm going to be coating the bottom with Plastidip. I haven't quite determined. Oh, I forgot to show the bottom, so this will be my chance to show you the bottom. The bottom seems to have, besides that that reinforced part, there's a piece of cardboard or plastic down in there underneath this nylon that seems to give it some weight, and it's got these 4 little feet that will help lift it off the ground. That was another feature that Fade Gear Crunch had that I really liked. Talking about the Plastidip, I was going to coat just this section here. I'm debating if I should coat these 2 wings and this bottom part here. I'm just kind of up in the air in a quandary about that. I'm just trying to make it so it gives it a little bit longer life on the course. So I'm going to be doing the Plastidip on the bottom as soon as I decide how I'm going to do that. Another thing I'm going to do is I have made zipper pulls in white with your basic Cobra knot, and I'm going to put those on all the zippers. I have got a motley collection of patches I'm going to sew on. I'm going to have to take sewing lessons from my wife because I've stitched things on. I've never attempted something as ambitious as a patch before. And then finally, saw it recommended on discgolfcoursereview.com. I have an Innova U-channel divider that I'm just going to stick down in there. Easier said than done if you're doing that one-handed. A lot of people recommended doing this because it kind of keeps the discs from wearing on the bottom, gives a little extra material down there, and the dividers are a lot thinner, so it gives you that extra, what did I say, putter and a quarter or a driver and a half to go in there. So I'm going to get this all outfitted and decked out, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like, and that'll be happy trails from there. And here we go. This is the finished product for the bag with the Plastidip on the bottom. As you can see, there's a little bit of dirt on the bottom already because I've had this thing out and been dragging it around the course. And as you can see, I opted to do the Plastidip here and up here, and of course down in through here. And I think that's going to add some life to that, even with this webbing and everything. I think it's a pretty solidly built bag. Just to show you some of the other stuff, I've got the zipper added in. I have got the Innova cradle in there, and this is one of those big condors, so that just kind of fits off to the side. They're so big it doesn't really fit in the cradle, but it's got the troops in there. One of the things I hadn't mentioned was I made a grab handle for the bag, just like if I just needed to tote it a short distance or need to move it or something, just lift it up like that using a paracord weave. Got the towel attached and everything, and the other project I had, which is attached to the quads, is I made a combined I don't know what you'd call this. It's like a utility thingy. That's the technical term. What it is I had my little nameplate on a separate piece of paracord, and I had a separate thing for beads to count my throws, because I just don't remember. This could have been a set of birdie beads, but I haven't quite gotten that math part figured out yet, so I just wanted to count my strokes. I'm still new at this. And then I had made a scorecard holder out of one of these clips and a piece of foam core with some, I originally for the other bag had camouflage duct tape on it, but I wanted to go gray with the colors of this bag, and then there's a little pencil holder in there, and I had separate things for all 3 of these, and I was just, I sounded like Santa Claus or something jingle belling through, so I combined all of these into one paracord unit, so I've just got that hanging off of there. So that's the bag. I've enjoyed carrying it to the point that I have so far. Just a couple of days worth of work there with it, but looking forward especially to next spring. I'm going to try and get out more this fall in the morning while there's still light, and do some cooler weather, some fall throwing too. That's the bag. Hope you've enjoyed the overview, and keep throwing.